The film Wonder is a movie based on the R.J. Palish novel Wonder. It is directed by Stephen Chbosky and is about a boy named Oggy who is transitioning from being homeschooled to attending a mainstream school. Oggy has Treacher-Collins syndrome. Throughout the film, the director attempts to challenge the stereotypes that the general public has in relation to people with disabilities. The main purpose of the story is to educate young people about how they should treat all people with kindness, understanding and acceptance regardless of their disability. Due to the nature of TCS, it causes Oggy's appearance to appear different in comparison to his peers and those around him. Oggy dislikes the cafeteria and the courtyard area because it is where all the students gather, and often everyone stares at his face and they walk away. Oggy's disability creates unwarranted judgment and exclusion from other students. Other children even discuss that if they touch Oggy, they will catch the plague. This highlights the lack of understanding about disability that our society holds, that you cannot catch a disability from another person. A person is either born with a disability or they acquire it during their life. During the film, different characters are followed, which allows the audience to view their perspective. Stephen Chbosky gives viewers the opportunity to see the attitudes and values of Oggy, Oggy's sister Via, her best friend Miranda, and Oggy's best friend Jack Will. These are all people who care about Oggy and see him for who he is. Oggy is bullied relentlessly by one of his peers, Julian. Julian says hurtful and mean things to Oggy and even suggests that Oggy should do everyone a favour and die. Julian gets called into a meeting with the principal, Mr. Tushman, with his parents. During the scene, it is evident where Julian gets his attitudes and views about Oggy's disability and how they have been shaped and moulded by his parents. Goggin and Newell suggest that people develop their attitudes towards the people with disabilities from their parents, friends, or people they are closely involved with. Oggy's peers have stereotypical opinion about his disability, assuming that he must do things differently, as well as assuming that he is unintelligent. The physical nature of Oggy's disability causes people to believe that he needs to be treated differently. Oggy is treated as if he needs special treatment, which causes him to become frustrated and upset. Ringerman argues that people with disabilities often feel as if they are treated differently and special. Foreman and Arthur Kelly discuss how negative stereotypes and attitudes create environments where people with disabilities are isolated and excluded. Bryant, Watson and Philo suggest that as a society we spend a large portion of our lives engaging with different types of media. As a result, our attitudes and values can become influenced by the different things we see and hear through using media. Wonder attempts to challenge the stereotypes and tropes that are created by the media. Oggy's peers create stereotypes and ideas about Oggy, but he defends himself and answers the questions that they have. Oggy even comes up with clever and witty responses to his peers. The film portrays Oggy as an intelligent and understanding character and attempts to break the stereotypes using media. Riley argues that it is imperative that media is used to change attitudes and shut down any stereotypes due to the fact that people are spending so much time when the devices are in front of a screen. Society is made up of morals and ideals that help to encourage the inclusion and understanding of people with disabilities. These give every individual the opportunity to achieve their goals and meet their needs and wants. Knight, Petrie, Zermond and Potts propose that the media creates images and stories that can have an influence on the attitudes of society. Unfortunately, people with disabilities don't have a spotlight in the media very often. Tunn explains that the media often puts a focus on why they should be treated with pity and helplessness instead of how humans should be treated. On the other hand, they may be portrayed as battlers and survivors. When used correctly, the media can help to educate people and create positive attitudes towards people with disabilities. Instead of talking down to people with disabilities, we should be asking them questions and including them in society. By watching the film Wonder, children can gain an early understanding about the misconceptions about disabilities. They will become educated about how they can be kind to people with disabilities. Children will also learn that people with disabilities should not be treated any differently. Wonder is an excellent piece of media which illustrates the direction that media needs to move towards in order to create a more inclusive society.